Good morning, guys. Right now I'm at the Penang Island. It's a very nice place. This is Penang Island, Gurney Bay. Yeah, Gurney Bay. So I just finished 28-kilometer long run with this Megablast. So I can give you a first initial review on this pair of shoes because I will be on holiday for 5 days, so I won't making any video at home. So right now I'm giving you the first initial on the Megablast after I use it for 28-kilometer this morning and yesterday 5-kilometer breaking the shoes before I bring the shoes out for a run. So basically I live with the shoes for almost 28 hours walking around the town. Town yesterday is like around 16,000 steps, so roughly around 10 kilometer in the shoes by walking. So 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer and 28 kilometer. So total up, you do the math, it's like 40 over kilometer in this pair of shoes. So let me give you my first initial. So before I start, the shoes I purchased with my own money. The shoes price as 949 ringgit. Luckily I got the discount because of the Asics One member. I pay around 851 ringgit on this pair of shoes. The shoes is incredible light. My weight for my size US 11.5. The shoes weight only 266 grams. It's not that heavy. It's very lightweight. And one thing about the shoes is the upper is very breathable and the foam is very bouncy and very lively. So I more talk about how the shoes feel like on my first initial. The specs basically I forget all. And the shoes is very solid. The first thing when I get the shoes is very big and very chunky. So it's very chunky and the foam is very thick. So you can feel the foam bouncy, the sound of the foam is like quite firm. It's firmer than Superblast. If you want to take the Superblast to compare, because this is using the FF Turbo 2, so I compare with the Superblast. Superblast foam is much more soft and much more forgiving. Meanwhile, for this foam is much more firmer, so it takes time to break in. Even though yesterday I go for a 10-kilometer walk and 5-kilometer run with it, even this morning, my first 15 kilometer, I still feel the shoes a bit stiff for me, especially the foam is a bit stiff because this is considered a race day shoes without plate. It's a super shoes without plate that you can race with it. I did some different type of run this morning, a faster pace and a slower pace. So I found that when I tried to pick up the pace, the shoes came alive, especially on the foam. It's very bouncy and it's very responsive on the faster pace. Maybe because I'm running in the concrete, because on the Gurney Plaza here is all concrete. I did a 28 kilometer around this loop, so it's more concrete and it's keep bouncing tong tong tong. It's like taking a hammer bashing to a steel, so it's not really ideal for my leg after all the bouncy. So after 15 kilometer, I started running on the road, on the pavement outside there, because I enough with the pounding of the concrete. So once I get to the road, it's much more nicer to run and less bounce, just like taking a hammer bounce bang on the steel. So it's much more nicer to run when I'm running on the road rather than the concrete area. So once I run on the road, the shoes came really nice, especially when I try to pick up some speed. It really bouncy and it really fast. It really able to pick up. It feel like a super shoes, like those carbon plated running super shoes, just only without the plate, because everything is from the foam. The bounce, the response, everything on there. Even though the shoes is very stiff, it takes time to break in. Like I say earlier, I went for like 10, 15 and this morning another 10 kilometers just to get the shoes feeling in. After 25 kilometers, I only starting to get the mold of my feet to the shoes. Before that, it's like a very chunky shoes. When I run, I feel a bit chunky. Even yesterday when I'm walking around the town, it's very chunky. But once I getting my shoes starting to mold my feet in, that's where the shoes came alive. At first, I'm not really enjoy using the shoes, especially yesterday when I go for a 5 kilometer and walk. I feel like the shoes is like not my thing. Is like holding a piece of like those sandal, the hard piece of sandal, and your feet not getting the mold in. So it's like two pieces of thing over there. But now, after all the run, so all the crease, everything already come out. So you can see the crease, everything, all the lines starting come off, my feet starting molding in, then it getting nicer to run. So on this morning, it's run very nice and the shoes quite nice to run, especially the upper is very light. I really enjoy the upper, but one thing about the upper is very narrow. About the fitting, because a lot of people asking me how the shoes fitting. For me, the shoes fit true to size, but a bit narrow. Because the width, the length is true to size, but not on the width. Because I'm taking back the same length of all my Asics shoes. That is US 11 for the CM is 29 cm. All my Asics shoes I'm taking this size. But one thing about the width of the shoes, at the toe box here is really narrow. Even I put in, I did try using a thicker socks. It's not really ideal, especially my pinky toe over here is like pinching it together. So I'm using back my Decathlon socks, they're very thin socks, so it feels nice. So if I'm using a thicker socks, it's not really nice. Yesterday I did try a thicker socks, it's not really nice because it's like pinching my pinky toe. But once I use the Decathlon socks, it's better because the shoes is very narrow. How about the arch? The arch here is like medium arch. So for the flat footer, I don't think it's any issue. Just only add the toe box. If you're having a wide fit, most probably it's a very tight fit for you. I did have a friend, he also get a Megablast also. He having some trouble because his feet slightly wider than me. When he tried to go half size up on the shoes and one size up, the shoes become too long. Even though this is very roomy, but it's a bit too long for him. So he have go back to his half size up and the toe box is a bit narrow for him. So it depends how you fit. Better you run to the shop and try to get the shoes fit in and walk around the shoes, walk around the shop. Otherwise, you're having some trouble with the fitting. For the outsole, the bounce, as I said earlier, is really bouncy, but you need times to break into the shoes. Right now it's around 40 something kilometers. So far, so good on the shoes, same as the other side. And I just take on one side, just some crease, and the shoes is very ventilated, and the upper is comfortable. No heel slippage, just only the pinky toes when I'm using a thicker socks. Like this morning I'm choosing the thinner socks, there's no issue. So far so good. This is my first initial review. On the slower run, just like bouncing like a polystyrene like that, tong, 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 all the while for all the run. So for me, if you want to compare with Super Blast, I think Super Blast a bit more worth than this shoe because the shoes Super Blast is much more softer and much more versatile compared to this, because this maybe I need time to break into the shoes before can really give you a full review on the shoes, because right now it's just like 2 runs, 40 something kilometer. I can't really give you a full review because the shoes really need time to break in. Once fully break in, then we'll come back with a full review on these shoes. Definitely in these 4 more days, I will be using these shoes because I just need bringing 1 shoes for my travel. So I will live with these shoes for the whole week and see how it feels like after a whole week using it on all my different workout, long run, slow run, speed workout, and interval on it. So that's all on my first initial review on the Megablast. See you guys on the next video. Bye.